crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Jakeem Grant now to return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete. Stills. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get 3 up to midfield.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Still. That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a handoff looking right. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now they try the right side here. And oh, coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Looking to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
Detroit! And they'll go on the ground. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Single. Mike 35.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Detroit!
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now. But later, when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. 35 I got you.
And they'll run it here. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Detroit! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Detroit! Gone! 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 Watch the curl! Watch the curl!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a second and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's third down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone!
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Dolphins will start their drive at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw now on 1st down. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll set up a throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. And on the ground they go with a running back. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw here. Flushed out right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Right back to him on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And they'll go on the ground. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Not the result they were looking for there on third down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Raymond now on the return, and he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's got this down to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Now the point after try for Santos. Santos with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Gun! Here we go now. Blue landing.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He finds an opening past the 40, and he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
Gun!
44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check.
Gun!
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game, right?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. In for the score. And the Patriots get a score closer. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Detroit!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going up top. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That's it, baby.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Gun! All right, now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gun!
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit. You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Patriots are back within a score. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side, went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned.
The return man is Grant. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And out come the Dolphins now. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught. Stills right side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll look to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. They'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now they try the right side here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Gun! All right, now, look at 56.
He'll look to throw. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And on the ground they go with a running back. A gain of 3, second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now a handoff looking right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Oh, and they had it stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.